I should have used this picture for preview instead. Everyone, today we have an unusual intro. I'm at home, seated on my sofa. Moreover, I feel like when I stay here, let it all hang out and go nowhere. Ah, no! I just leaned against my pillow and also wanted to have rest. As for today, we'll have some kind of an exclusive because we're going to do styling or hairstyle. I didn't even put on makeup because I'll wash my hair and everything that frames my face will be washed off anyway. So I don't want to have like a mask on my face and I'll try to get out of this situation. Today we'll visit a chain of Japanese hair salons, #1 in the seas, and they're like not only in Russia but also in the seas countries. They have a very interesting concept. I mean, they don't have an appointment, only a first come. Anyways, it's written on their website, and when I attempted to book an appointment, they gently told me to fly away and said something like, we can sign you up, but you still have to sit in the line. Secondly, each visitor gets an individual new comb. It's a present from the establishment. All equipment is sterilized and goes through 4 stages of cleaning. The salons are also perfectly clean in every corner. This is a quote. What else? They probably don't spend money on administrators because some man talked to me irritably yesterday, and it turned out that he will do my hair today. I mean styling. And he got angry when I asked for details because he's not an administrator. So I guess we'll have lots of pleasant emotions. We'll see. I hope it won't be noisy there, and I hope you guys always remember that any hellish noise is coming from hairdryer. It's not because of my headphones, and of course they catch it all. Anyways, I'll do my best and we'll see what happens. Maybe do it without a bib. You won't cut my hair anyway, okay? I want to style my hair somehow and I need your advice. What do you accomplish perfectly? Have you done any hairstyles before? Yes, I have. I want wavy or curly hair. What about the volume? Yes, it would be nice. I would like something either connected with a tail or a semi-bun. I thought maybe some kind of styling. Oh, you're only styling the hair, so you don't do various hairstyles. I didn't even know that you needed to do some kind of hairstyle. Though I asked you yesterday if you did any hairstyles. You invited me after all. I thought you meant hairstyling. And what do you use for styling? I use different styling products like foam, mousse, and other stuff. Let me find a picture. Do you have any photos? No, I mean, have you got a portfolio with some images of work you have done before, where I can choose? Well, if I find a picture like this, will you do this? Yes, I will. Do you have any ideas? What's your name? I'm Alona. Nice to meet you. I'm Kirill. Yeah, nice to meet you too. So, you know how to make curls or wavy hair. You mean curly hair, right? Can I do anything else? I wanted to have some kind of a disheveled bun or ponytail, but you said you can't. No, I can't put your hair in a ponytail. I just don't know. A bun? To gather your hair and fix it. Something like you when you leave beautiful strands and then gather hair attractively. You don't do that, do you? Just the curls. I do standard women's haircuts. Straight cuts, graduated hairstyles, and styling. I'm interested in the hairstyle. I have to find a photo, right? What you're talking about is such a specialized thing. Yes, but I called you yesterday in order to ask about it, and you told me to come, so I did it. Well, let's find a photo. It would definitely help us. What do you mean? What I do for a living, advertisement, and social media in general. Ouch, so hot! Do you often have such impossibly hot water? Why do you ask? The water temperature depends on pipe pressure, and I cannot affect such factors as a result. If there are factors I'm able to change, I will definitely change them. And can you change the water temperature, please? I have already done it. Haven't you felt? Don't you wet the roots? Everything is dry here. As for the water, I asked about it because there are fluctuating temperatures in some salons. And what? I'm all ears. What have you said? Yes, they have fluctuating temperatures all the time, and hairstylists know about it, and therefore check the water before usage, like they touch the flow of water with their hand and then warn you that the temperature could change, so that the customer was ready for this. You're telling me about this like it's my first week working here. The water was so hot there, I clarified. We practically don't wash someone's hair here. It's an express hairdresser. The sink here is made carelessly, so what's left for me to do? Listen to your complaints, to check with your hand. Check, that's enough. I don't feel the water temperature with my hand. Why? Because I don't feel it at all. I specifically expressed my opinion in one sentence, so that you don't have to ask me again. So, I already answered your question a minute earlier. Well, I just need time to recollect my thoughts. Anyway, that's not the point. It's like asking for restaurant service at a Burger King. I didn't get you. It's noisy here. Once again, please. Something about restaurant service. My hair seems to be well washed. You don't have to add any hair balms, right? Is that some kind of torture or something? Why? Because I complained about the hot water. Exactly. And continued to talk about it for 5 minutes. You just said that nothing depended on you. And you probably expect me to make excuses all this time. It's kind of funny, you know? I just told you about the boiling water, and you answered that you could do nothing about it. You said you couldn't affect the water temperature. I explained to you how the plumbing works and how it all works all together. Yes, and you can simply lie in silence for 5 minutes. You mean with boiling water on my head? Are you dissatisfied? I feel like you're just bringing me to a conflict. Is it over? No, we're waiting for the balm to work. The hair is lying in a puddle. The balm is applied for some reason, right? As a person with colored hair, you are supposed to be familiar with all these steps. Probably you expect me to repeat everything like a robot. No towel, everything is dripping. Let's go. Couldn't you give me a small towel? It's not going to be useful right now. I need to comb your hair out in any case. Comb me out? Wait a sec. I'll try to find you a towel. Could you stop moving right now? Is this a request or... Yes, I mean no. We have some other format of communication. I will keep asking you all the time. What does it mean? You kept asking me again and again. No matter what I told you, I seem to speak understandable Russian. What's the problem? Do you want me to start explaining what your problem is? You told me not to move. It sounded like an order. Either it's a request and I can decide to move or not. I just didn't get it. You're just complicating things. Okay, I'm a complicated client. Let it be so. I don't care. I just want it to be over as soon as possible. There are 2 combs after the previous customer on the table. It's kinda hard to comb, isn't it? Of course, since you have coloring. The hair balm didn't help, apparently. It's not a balm, it's a hair mask. There is nothing here. Nothing? You've said there was a mask. I've applied it. Then why you have said there was nothing? The quality of this mask leaves much to be desired. Have I given an answer to your question? Oh, you think so? Actually, I don't care. I don't even remember your name. So, what should I call you? It doesn't matter. If your memory is lame, what's the point of repeating this? I'm really interested. I already told you, but you forgot. I don't want to make the same mistakes. Apparently, it does make sense. It's some kind of a spray, right? Exactly. You are recording a video, aren't you? Damn, I don't even know how to act in such a situation. The same way as it was before. Are you going to post me on YouTube? I tell you right away that I do not give my consent to this. I don't want to be part of someone's vlog or anything else. I shouldn't be there at all. including commercial, private, and other interests. For example, any commercial interests. I'm not showing you, I'm simply making a video myself. Don't worry, I'm not worried at all. Just to let you know. Fine, you just seem to be nervous. That's why. Oh, mommy, you don't have to project emotions onto me that are not mine. Okay? By the way, I've read on your website that you provide each customer with a personal comb. Is it true? Do I look like the company's ambassador? Excuse my curiosity, but you work here. And aren't you able to contact the hotline of this company and ask them all these questions? I really want to give you this comb, but I don't have any. This one is clearly not being given away. I mean, you're a Japanese network, and you have... Why the hell is this a Japanese network? It's Russian. On your website it says that it's Japanese. Yep, Japanese. And it's written here that everyone is given a personal comb. By the way, you have a doggy and hieroglyphs here, Japanese. And could you translate what's written here? Why? I mean, you work here. Why don't you enlighten me? Are you from Moscow? What are you driving at? Well, you walk around Moscow, you should know all the places. No, you asked me what was written here and why I didn't know. It's logical that you should be aware of it because you work here. Awful, the information about the combs is false, right? And what do you want? Right to the prosecutor's office? No, I'm just clarifying. There was such an interesting concept on this side. Damn, they have these combs. They just don't supply them. How would I know all this stuff? Situations could be different. And reasons as well, right? That's it. I simply don't see anybody whom I can ask. Honestly, I would give up these combs. When I work in Thailand, I cut the hair of young women, men, babies, etc. There was these combs and I gave them out. So contact the hotline if you need them for free. That's not what I mean. A customer who comes to you has his own comb, which you are supposed to unpack in his presence. I always use my old comb. I really don't care what's written here. I didn't even study here. They just paid me at the terminal, I took my percentage and went home. And everyone is like this here. Maybe. And as a Burger King employee, I don't want to get into details. It doesn't make sense. Actually, they know about the production, how everything works there, and you can ask them about it. Well, I basically tried to get to know how everything works here. They don't even give a damn how everything works here. I have worked in different places, McDonald's, KFC, and so on. It wasn't always written, and even now I can tell you something about their products, but is there any sense? Reporting to a stranger is definitely not for me, right? You're not my boss, just the hairdresser's customer. I know. He changed the comb, took it from the table. I didn't ask you like that. No, I hear it on a daily basis. Something like my hair was dyed poorly. Here was a comb from the previous customer, and now it's not there. It's in my hair. So you have several combs, don't you? Like this one, massage brushes, regular combs, and what? Here are some other ones. What else is there? How do you like this one? No, I don't like or dislike something. It would be better if you took them not from the table. They are clean. Clean, but they were used for the previous customers before me. When I came, you cut some in. No. What's no? These combs are clean. We used these ones, but you took this one out of here, and this one was on the table. There is probably a third one. You know I have lots of experience, and I don't think about it. I'm not a person who learns something by heart. It doesn't make sense. Impromptu, right? Yes. And it's some sort of senselessness, you know? You can write 10 sheets of paper like, I honestly hate all these company standards. Let's see, in my opinion, hair looks silky and smooth, like this one. On the picture, curls are not too neat there. It's like they're disheveled a little bit, and there's a volume at the top. Did you find us on the map? Yes, I did. I hope you don't have any YouTube channels like beauty salon reviews, something like this. Why do you ask? You won't be there anyways. I don't like to be here. Why? Because I have no interest in being captured on camera. No more. We've already got your point. I mean, I got you and my audience, but not yet probably. Do you have an audience? Well, yes, some people. As you said, you don't have to talk to strangers. No, why did you torture me in this thing? I was torturing you about the procedure. I asked about the balm, water temperature, and why you didn't wet my roots. So you're a capricious girl and I shouldn't characterize you somehow. Yes, let's probably start doing the curls. That's what I'm doing. They won't be made by themselves just because you're talking about them. Okay, I thought you were talking too much. No, I'm still spreading the strands. The task turned out to be difficult. You should have warned me that you had dyed hair. She's just fucking my brain all this time like a stupid cunt. I guess you're also using foul language in front of your customers. I heard from you that I fucked your brain. I didn't say that. Yes, you did. And then you said, stupid bitch, I can easily read lips in the mirror. So if you basically obscene customers, keep in mind, even if they sit with their back to you, I don't swear. Let's pretend that it seemed to me. You didn't even call me by name. I'm so sorry. You can be sure I didn't curse at you. Maybe it seemed to you? I don't know. So far, nothing in my life has seemed to me. I definitely couldn't swear at you. Well, okay, you've said that I had to warn you that my hair was dyed. So I think it's not a hairdresser's concern, right? And how do I know what information you need for your job? As I said, you have blamed me saying I had to warn you and so on. I'm a stranger to you. Stop talking to me in that strange manner. I'm just saying, could you answer me please? I'm not your son or father or anything. Therefore, no, I just want you to remember your own words you have said before. I explained that I was busy when you called me. I'm still clarifying. If it was my fault.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Could you tell me what time you will be free?
This girl will take around 10 minutes and then I'll have two other clients.
And do you have something like a phone number where I can make an appointment? I don't see anybody except of this girl. Where is the live queue?
Another woman took this place and left. If she doesn't get back, I will cut your hair first. You won't need to make plans, you can do it on the spot right now. Keep your head straight. There is information on your website that you have mystery guest service. Have you seen it? Let's get back to our conversation. What's your name? Oh, I won't say. How may I address you? Without a name, probably. I'm fine with not answering that. As you wish. I'm often being asked about this site, which is actually not that interesting to me. Do you want to make curls with this brush? Yes, sure. Any other ideas? Up to you. It's too hot. Can't long hair be curled with a brush? What do you mean? I mean, like, my hair? Is it possible to do this? Brushing? Yep. I didn't just make that up. I've done this before. Styling. Successfully? You mean earlier? Not now. Well, I mean, it's not your first attempt to do so. Aren't you from in-brand agency by any chance? We agreed that I shouldn't say that. Pay attention, when I try to say something, he starts making noise. Turns on hair dryer, water, uses phone. It's kind of a pity about the hair. How do you imagine that? They shouldn't break down like that. It looks horrible. You should handle it more carefully. Well, then you and I won't go far. We're running out of time. The fact that she will roughly tear them up will not speed up the process. It's just a brushing process. Ouch! It hurts. My hair is a tangled mess. Could you use any other comb because there is a foam in hairs and knots? Would you stop filming? I have to capture the whole process. What's the purpose? I cannot tell you. I would like to stop providing you my service in a direct way. It bothers me that you are filming on video, asking questions constantly, but the topic is our procedure. Which procedure? Our girls. Yours? And that's it. I don't ask you anything else, only about the procedure. When I do the styling, I ask you to wait silently, okay? Usually customers just wait in silence when hairdressers cut their hair. Make styling. This is the best way for how to behave in a barber shop. I don't seem to be forcing anything. I'm kind of silent like this, but when you pull out my hair, it makes me feel sad about it, and I just ask you to be careful. Have you suggested any other alternatives? You mean I can stop styling your hair for brushing? I'm not a hairdresser, again up to you. I suggest you to style your hair for brushing. Fine, but I ask you to be more careful this time. Do as you see fit. Alright. And let's keep quiet. And what should I do if you pull out my hair? This is not my certificate, if anything. You're asking me like that what it is. I'm asking about that dog, not your certificate. I studied on my own. Don't teach me, please. I'm just doing everything. You don't have to think about it. You're treating me like I'm a second-class person. By the way, you can put your phone up there and it will be easier to film everything. You didn't explain to me why you're doing this. I'm just trying to shoot so that you are not visible on the video. Don't you mind? Why are you asking the same questions over and over again? I keep quiet and ask you nothing. Where there is no control, everything works out very quickly and easily. Keep your head straight and don't move it when I stretch a curl. I can't hear you well. I don't hear you. You were saying something. I didn't hear you. No, I weren't. Alright. And then what? Nothing. I just asked. Alright. Okay, it's been an hour since we started. An hour? Uh-huh. There are just a lot of distractions. I know. Why was it necessary to wash your hair? It makes no sense to me, honestly. This was my small desire. I aim to wear this styling for a couple of days. I have to kinda play the role of this commercial dude who was like, yeah, it's gonna work out. No, I want you to tell me the truth. I didn't wear that kind of styling. How should I know? Well, I guess your customers come back to you. They might tell you. For example, they might say something like, I wore this styling for a while, and their hairdresser is informed. This is usually the case. This is an express hair salon. Yes, I've already got that. No matter who I pretend to be here, it won't be like a beauty salon. So this artificial desire to interact with customers doesn't lead to anything. We won't be friends anyway. I think it's more pleasant to live when you treat people kindly. I'm not interested in it. I'm kind enough, but you provoke emotions that I don't actually have. You're projecting on me an image of how I should behave. I don't owe you anything. Okay. This abusive and manipulative stuff is not interesting to me. I was just confused by your irrational behavior. What should I do? To warn me about my dead hair? I mean, you're all filming on video. Are you sure I'm comfortable with that? No one can even see you there. I'm making a video of my hair. I don't care. Stop shooting completely. But I'm just filming myself. It's like, you can't hear what I'm saying to you. These are just standard things. Nobody cares about your comfort zone or anything else. I'm just calmly asking you questions you just need to answer. You taught me not to justify myself an hour before. I didn't taught you anything. I don't give a damn. As you said, one doesn't have to report back to strangers. I just want to know why you are shooting this video. I don't want to justify myself. And we cannot be friends anyway. You just came and immediately began to nitpick about everything. When you didn't wet my hair while washing, when you watch your video, you'll see that you're being picky. Do you think so? I'll try to get better. What? I mean, I don't like picking on people. I just try to be fair. So the world revolves around you. What do you mean? The idea that everything is happening around you. What is the concept of what is happening? When I come to the styling, I wish that the master will take into account my wishes. What are your wishes? I asked you a question. Well, I was them along the way and you said that I was nitpicking. What questions are those? I have voiced all of them. I asked you how I should style your hair. You showed me a picture. That's it. Are we doing something different? No, it's like that. So what are we talking about? I've already forgotten what it's about. Okay, if I could remember your name, it would be much more interesting. However, you don't want to do this. Well, you said you didn't need it, and repeated 10 times that it was not interesting. You started saying that you didn't want to say, but I introduced myself at the beginning, and you did the same. What's my name again? It doesn't matter anymore. There we go. You're excluding me. Are you excluding me or not? Let's finish the girls and I'll go, by all means. Are you the only specialist here, or is there someone else? Man or woman? Woman? You have already asked this question over the phone. You didn't answer me and said it was not important. You said like, why do you care? I'm not an administrator. Look for everything on the site. I checked the website first, then you said you didn't care what's written on there. You're constantly interrupting me. I cannot give an answer to your question. This is your mode of behavior. Abusive, I got you. And also irrational. Yes, exactly. And the foam is needed to fix it well, right? So that I can wear this hairstyle for a few days? Yes, I'll use hot hairspray. Ouch! It's so painful. Painful? And now? I hope I don't find myself anywhere on YouTube. It would be so unpleasant. I'm not filming you. I'm totally cool with that. I shouldn't be on the video at all, or even my voice. I recognize myself as exceptional. Okay, sweetie, I'm kidding. But I'm telling you seriously, I shouldn't be on YouTube. I'm not filming you, only I will be on YouTube. Seriously, I don't give any consent to the shoot. It makes no difference to me that we are in a public place. Don't worry, I'm not filming you. I don't want the process of our conversation to be out in the open. I'm not interested in it. I would prefer to control all the material before publishing and to make a funny montage by myself. You know, in order to look more advantageous, I advise you to keep the camera a little bit away. Then you will be visible. I feel like you want to write some kind of complaint. Honestly, I'm not excited about the procedure yet. It's so hard to be a customer, wondering why I look like a teenager at your age. Or you're trying to look like that. You mean like 16 years old? Of course not. You have a strange demeanor. Everyone has fun the way they want, obviously. I'm definitely not judging you. It was very important for me to know that. It's not a big deal to me. But maybe it will make you feel better. You may be provoking someone, but obviously not me. I don't care. Oh, it hurts when you separate the hair with your fingers, when they're all in foam. No, it's okay. I'm telling you, I'm in pain. There is nothing I can do about it. You can do styling with no pain, as practice shows. You got issues with me. It's so painful, I don't know how to interpret it. How bad is it? Bad enough to make it unpleasant. I took that into account, but now it's all over. Have you seen the video where the guy who talks in a light way? Let's try to meet the deadline in 10 minutes. If this fails, I'll be on my way then. I've almost done your styling. Why should it fail? Oh, I see. And where are the girls? Jeez, you just sit there and pretend that something is going wrong, right? I thought we are doing girls. That's what you said. And we also chose a picture. I don't see them. Foam again? Hot hairspray? For what? We have straight hair. Curls cannot be made in the standard way for such type of hair. You said you'd already done it. Well, there is such a styling, there is another styling. So I came for the curls. You said yourself we make curls. It's impossible to do them with your hair. Well, I'll go then, okay? I'll pay for your work. After hairspray, they'll hang as if they were greasy. Let me show you the results. So my ringlets are straight, right? Yes, but they can be curled anyway. Wait, I used to twist them into curls 100 times before. They are to be warmed up with a flat iron, right? It's not gonna work that way with dyed hair. You just convinced me that you could do this and you'd had such experience before. I asked if the curls could be styled with a brush. You answered you'd done it many times. Yes, but I was not gonna do it on that hair. It looks cute, by the way. How much do I owe you? Can see, lower it just a little. No, look in the mirror at first. Well, they're just straight hair that is all foam. A little bit different from what we're focusing on. We were not guided by anything. The result is what it is. However, we tried to make curls. You wanted curls. I suggest you don't pay anything. Let me at least pay for hair washing. Okay, deal. Generally, I like the way it looks, and it's much prettier than some kind of curls. Never mind that your styling came out different. It's still cool. Oh, you think so? Look at it more comprehensively. Optimistic, right? Not in the format that Kirill is such a bad guy and did a hairstyle that I didn't want. Well, here he spoke to me in the usual manner and didn't speak politely. I actually spoke politely. I don't think so. I should have used this picture for preview instead. Okay, it's what it is. Why am I not polite? You're extremely impolite and rude. I would even say that you're acting like a bore. Will you come again? No. Obviously no. Why? I don't have such desire. I ask you to come again. No, sorry. Let's play a game. When you come back? I've had enough already. How much do I owe you for your hair washing and blow drying? 200. 200 with hair drying? Okay, which is better, by card or by transfer? That's it, right? Thanks. But I like the way your hairstyle looks. I think you always communicate with people in this way, so it's senseless to teach you act differently. So you wanted to teach me something? No, it doesn't make sense, as I said, in a taxi. So guys, now I'll share some slight conclusions with you. I don't know if there any sense to show my hairstyling, but you saw that I was wearing half a foam bottle, and after each layer, he layered it. He tried to comb it, first with a small narrow comb, and then with fingers. Obviously, it's all getting stuck because my hair is stuck together from the foam, and he was steering through it. I realized that the cone smelled off at the stage of the call yesterday. I have already said it in the introduction. I tried to find out some details, and he also replied with great irritation and sent me to their website to search for all the information. Because he is not an administrator, and something else I remember, like first come basis. And he kept saying it in such a tone as if I had turned up at 3 a.m. and prevented him from sleeping. And he was like, when will she leave already? Despite the fact that these were working hours. When we come here in person and link to the website, he says he doesn't care about this site, he doesn't know anything, and there is no need to tell him what to do, like he is a stranger who was passing by. Accordingly, the standards are written in great detail on the website. For instance, about personal combs. But you saw that the table wasn't even wiped before my appearance. There were remnants of hair, old combs, which were used by no less than several people, and I personally saw there was a man before me, and there were 2 combs left on the table. Nobody even washed them. One of them was just taken out, and it was enough to party. Anyway, it wasn't the worst thing. I thought I still had a lot of control of my emotions, and my questions were strictly business related. First, he scolded me with boiling water, although it's compulsory to check water temperature before wetting the hair. I think I'm not the only one who suffered from that. So if one knows about fluctuations of temperature, they play it safe apart from our today's magnificent hairdresser. And after he scolded me, we heard a huge tirade about how he doesn't affect anything and that the temperature depends on the pipe pressure. And when I told him that he could simply check it with his hands, he said I was capricious and so on and so forth. Then, when he was foaming shampoo in his palm, meantime he wet my ponytail, and the huge part of my hair was dry. I immediately understood that he directed a shower at me once and didn't wet this part anymore, but he had already applied a shampoo to his hand. I thought that there was a dry spot on my head. He was clicking his tongue and began to wet the roots at that time. And there was something third, I forgot. Oh, I asked about the air conditioner, and he was like, with such sounds, damn it, and said that they were an express hair salon. And he also said something like, when you come to the Burger King, you want to have a restaurant service. Of course, that's nonsense. If there is a procedure of hair washing, and we can see it in the price list, it means that we can expect a certain service. Like, some things are just supposed to be the same everywhere, in establishments of any level and price category, cheap or expensive. In particular, it will be tidied up there. For example, as it's written on the side. And further, you saw that he growled at me for any question I asked. Moreover, these were long tirades on the topic of abuse. I didn't remember all the details, but this was a nightmare. Honestly, I think it was on the verge of inadequacy. I was looking at him in the mirror, and he was making noise with a hairdryer, and I truly saw that he was swearing. I heard it a little and read his lips. I don't remember this foul language, and I probably should have left immediately, but I wasn't 1,000,000% sure that it was like that, because the hairdryer was loud and there was a small percentage. Although, no, such things usually don't seem to me. I don't remember a single story where I looked at a specialist and said that he swore at me, but there was no such thing. But today was such an occasion. Then I asked him about head-on, and he seemed to expect me not to hear anything, because the hairdryer was working and my ears were far away. Then he said it seemed to me, and that it can be true. My humble attempts to ask for something were met with displeasure, like, "We'll never be friends," and "You have no right to express dissatisfaction there. Call the hotline," or "We're an express hair salon." And this awful attitude. Of course it shouldn't be like that. I understand that there's a huge traffic and a little money, but I'm not surprised that such attitude caused that people don't want to come to them again. Well, really, it's disgusting to feel like you're being bullied for each question and for your attempt to question the accuracy of a specialist, because you see that he's just checking the box. Starting with the fact that he doesn't wash or wipe anything, and when you want to catch his attention, he blames you for abuse. And as we went along, I understood that it's been 2 hours and not a single curl is visible. He was combing my hair roughly, the comb got tangled in it. Then he just held my head with one hand and pulled my hair. And there was a situation when the hairdryer was working. I don't know if it was audible. He told me not to shake my head, and when he pulled out the comb, I was to resist somehow, because you know what? He didn't feel comfortable when my head was swinging after him. And I insinuated like the girls do not win up, and he was like, "Are you going to teach me? I'm a high-level specialist. I have done this 100 times, so we see." In the end, he made an attempt to smooth things over somehow, explaining that this styling suited me better, but clearly it didn't work out. And throughout the whole process, this terrible feeling that I want to escape didn't leave me. I have a puzzling question about how people work with him, because he's a very complicated guy. If you want to work with clients, you can't behave like that, because everything that happens, starting from the process, feelings, the level of cleanliness, its absence to be more precise, this cut hair in front of me, used combs, how rude and disgusting it will all happening, and ending with the result. Write in the comments if you like today's styling. The information on the website has nothing in common with reality, and most likely they don't check out anything. What's the point of being proud that you're a network when you can treat customers like this? And any question ends with a specialist saying call the hotline. I'm not going to tell you about the combs which I use for you. Go call the hotline and ask them to give you a personal comb. It's an answer to the question that everything should be individual. There's the way the cookie crumbles. We have such a styling, girls that you see. And in the end, he said that my hair couldn't be winded up. Everything here is dry as croutons. I curled my hair in about the same way I remember. And in the beginning, he said that I should let him know about my dyed hair, although, damn, dyed ones are easier to curl. so it's not an aggravating circumstance. That hair is highly porous and more flexible. It curls more easily because it's hollow inside. That hair is more damaged than untouched. Second one could be very heavy, and it's hard to curl it. And even if he claims that he should have been informed about it, he, as a specialist, had to collect all the information before his work to understand if he can do the styling or not. After all, brushing is not the only tool. There were also flat irons and curling irons, but he decided not to use them. Well, it's probably for the best because it would obviously end up with burns, or he would burn my hair off based on how our looks turned out to be. Write your opinion. What would you do in my place? I think, of course, it's not worth teaching anybody. A person acquires his qualities for a long time, year after year, and all this is being tamped down. So some casual accidental meeting is unlikely to be life-changing. It's a waste of time to convince anyone of anything if the other person doesn't have such a request. For instance, what should they change if they're not satisfied with their social ties? And he will stop searching for those to blame and think about what he can do, starting with himself, to change the environment, attitude towards him, and so on. Well, there's no such a request, your wish to do the best, you just will be led to blame for everything. That's exactly what we have observed today. This is our amazing hairstyle. I'm waiting for your support because I've been having such a shitty feeling all week, and I still got a feedback that everything is fine with me. I have a drop of doubt all the time, like, what if it's all my fault and maybe I'm provoking a person and I really need to shut up and not piss him off. Thanks to everyone who likes the video. I kiss you and don't miss me. Bye bye.